Hello. Um, this is Dakota here again. I know it. I know it's been a while since I last posted a video. I think it was like in October. Um, I actually posted two videos, and they were kind of about me struggling a little bit. Obviously, I wasn't um in the right headspace at the time. Um, I had a lot going on, and in a way, I still do a little bit, but um, it's not. I don't think it's as bad as it was at all. Um, I have changed quite a bit compared to, I guess, the last time I made a video. What I mean by change is like a lot has happened to where I guess the situation changed for me quite a bit, um, which I can get into. Mm, but I guess like the first thing I'm gonna say is that I'm doing okay and I'm doing better, and I can explain more about what happened in the past and why I was feeling that way, because I didn't really get into that. I don't think I just kind of went into like the other things I was thinking about, or I guess maybe other problems, or how I was feeling mostly, and not really about like why I was feeling that way. So I don't know. I just like watched a whole lot of people kind of do like the same thing, and I didn't know like how else I could like help myself. um I mean, I could write down my feelings, but I didn't want to do that. So I decided that, hey, I'm gonna just, say how I feel and then post it, and maybe somebody will watch and say something and make me feel better about myself. And that's exactly what happened, and that made me feel a lot better. And you know it kind of started with making those videos kind of about my feelings and what I was going through, because it felt like I had like somebody or someone I could talk to, that would listen, and I could let out a little bit on how I kind of feel, a bit more, instead of like just internalizing it, because I felt like in the past I had to internalize a lot of how I felt, and I guess like I can kind of get more into why a little bit, because mm, I was like talking to somebody else, so and I was playing a lot of games with her too, and I don't know, I enjoyed her a lot. Um, but obviously there were some problems with um me spending time with her. I guess like and because like I was spending time with her a whole lot, it affected my mental health quite a bit. And I already had other things kind of like starting to go on. Um, while that was happening, it wasn't just that, or it wasn't just her that was affecting my mental health. It was also other things, but I won't lie and say like it was mostly because of her. I think it probably was. I'm not gonna like put all the blame on her or anything. It won't be fair to, but a major part of it was, I think, because of her. Um, mm, but since then, I kind of, well, I did, I mm, I kind of let her go, so I'm not talking to her anymore now. Um, and I'm happy that I'm not, because that would probably make things worse, or not worse, but like it would just make me like continue to be like struggling, I guess, or like it wouldn't help my mental health either way, probably. Um, but I will say, like, yeah, at the time, I think when I first started talking to her, she felt um, lonely a lot. Um, and because of that, I think she started talking to me. Um, and I kind of felt the same way. Because after high school, I didn't really have many people to talk to, or like all my friends. I couldn't really talk to them because actually they were still busy with school because I was actually able to skip a grade, but because of that, all my friends were still in high school, and I was kind of like separated a bit from my friends. Also because like I moved into a different town. But anyways, all that to say that I was kind of lonely too, and I wanted somebody to talk to and somebody to play with. So, for that reason, well, I guess like it was then mostly her that I started talking to, and that eventually like made me like really kind of like her a lot. Not in a romantic way though, but I still like had a bit of feelings because I cared about her a lot. Um, and at first, like, it was really hard for me to kind of like say no and to kind of leave, both like for myself and, I don't know, maybe for her, maybe I was affecting her mental health too. I don't know. Um, but anyways, like after we started talking, we're hanging out. Um, a few months later, um, she broke up with her boyfriend. Um, I'm not sure why, or no, her boyfriend broke up with her. So, I guess like mentally, she were, she wasn't like doing as good either, or not either, but she just wasn't good doing as good. Um, and I know that affected her a lot, and it probably made her different in a way, because right when that was happening, that's actually when I posted those videos, kind of about like my own mental health a bit, where um, I guess, my perspective a bit more. But after that happened, sh I think we took a break from talking, or for like talking or hanging out for actually a month, and then she was like apologizing to me, saying that like it was like a whole long text saying like that she misses me and that she was sorry for kind of abandoning me and not talking to me. And I was just like, yeah, you're good, you know. Even though like I was like trying to reach out to her, I don't know, every week or two because I didn't want to bother her too much or like try to spam her. So I just, um, so I wouldn't go like too crazy on bothering her, but I still kind of missed her, and I was like wondering how she was doing. But after that, of course, we started like talking and hanging out more, and that was pretty cool. Um, I was also like talking to other people though, or trying to hang out with other guys, um, that were in my school, my college, and that was doing okay. I was kind of talking to them a little bit about her, which was great. But still, like, I guess because like of her a little bit, and sometimes like she would like ignore me too, like on purpose, and that would like really hurt me a lot. And I think that was like one of the major reasons why she was hurting me quite a bit. Um, was because she was just ignoring me, even though I, you know, really cared for her, and um, I don't know, I just everything like just felt kind of a bit one-sided to me in a way because like she wouldn't really talk either, um, about like I guess like being deep with me a whole lot, and I was like, okay, because I like talking deeply with people, and that's one of the ways I connect with people a whole lot. And I don't know, there was just seemed to be a disconnect or something. Um, and that really hurt a lot. Like it felt like she didn't like trust me as much. Um, and it also hurt a whole lot more because I didn't know why exactly. Um, mm, but anyways, I think because of that, like she wouldn't talk to me and she would actually ignore me, and um eventually I started talking to somebody else, and um I guess like mostly because I was also tired of getting hurt, cuz you know, I was talking to her for like close to, I think, 8 months, and like hanging out with her for like 8 months. So, um, it really hurt a whole lot. Just kind of thinking that like all that time or whatever kind of went to waste a little bit because now our friendship has like ended. Um, so that also kind of hurt. Um, but yeah, I started talking to somebody else because like I didn't want to be lonely again, and I wanted somebody to talk to. So, um, I started talking to this other girl, and actually she's my girlfriend now. Um, I can go all about that too, but for now I'll just leave it like that. That I started talking to my girlfriend, and she's great, and she's actually I think one of the reasons why my mental health started getting better quite a bit because um, she was there to talk to, um, kind of about this, but also just in general. Like, it felt like she really cared about my feelings a lot more. Um, and so I think like after I think like a week or two, um, after like we were official, um, I talked to um, the girl that I was talking to for a while for the last time. Um, and by that point, I kind of um, explained my feelings to her a little bit. Um, mm, and what hurt me even more is that she ignored that, and she started talking about like other things. Like she just completely ignored that, and she started talking about this whole other thing, or I don't know, problem I guess she was having, um, that was happening, and that really hurt a whole lot because that made me feel like I wasn't as important, or my feelings weren't important. So, um, at first, like I didn't like, um, I didn't think much about it, um, because like I I don't know. I was just like thinking, okay, she's dealing with this, so she's not ready. Um, like she's not ready to kind of like deal with me, I guess. But really now, kind of looking back at it, I felt a little disrespected, because she was just ignoring my feelings. And then when I So like going back to like I don't know 1 or 2 weeks after I started talking to my girlfriend and we became like official, um, I kind of reached out back out to her again, and we were like saying like how we were doing, and she was like asking me like what was I up to and stuff, and I wasn't really kind of all about it anymore because I think I started losing feelings for her. And I was putting myself into my girlfriend who I was talking to. So that really helped me kind of like also realize, hey, like you can't just, be talking to her anymore. Um, so and while I was like randomly like talking to her about like what was going on in my life, like she automatically like she like unfriended me on another platform that we used to play games on, and I guess to me that was kind of like the breaking point for me, or not really the breaking point, but I just had enough. So that's when I kind of just broke things off with her. And I just said bye. That I'm not gonna deal with this um anymore, like. And so I guess kind of like since that day, I've been mentally I've been a lot better, and I can go into like the other reasons why in like a future video. And I can also like um talk more about like my girlfriend and how we're doing, and I guess go into more detail a little bit about my life. Maybe about my Minecraft world too. Uh, about those things, and maybe even the future, because I plan to do a whole lot of stuff with this account, like a whole lot of like different videos too, like vlogs or other things like that, which I think would be pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Um, but after I broke things off with her, she um friend requested me again. Um, I think like a week or two after I broke things off with her. Um, and then, but she changed her mind about it, and you know, so I don't have that friend request anymore. And I was like, bro. Okay. And I know about this because her account still shows up on my profile every once in a while, on my notifications and friend requests. So that's kind of why I know about it. But um, I mean, I guess that's kind of it as far as that goes. And I know this video has been pretty long already, so um, I'll just kind of leave it at that. And just thank you for listening to me, and and have a good day.